Come to this, firefighters are hard at work in Alberton to normalize the situation after a fuel pipeline fire. No casualties have been reported from the incident earlier this morning. But for the latest on the ground, let's cross live to our reporter, Slindelo Masekane. Good afternoon to you, Slee. I mean, EMS services had previously assured South Africans that the situation was under control, the fire was under control. What's the latest now?
Where, of course, like you've correctly stated, that there has been a fuel pipeline explosion. We understand that the street very close by to these pipelines, where it is a residential area, those homes have been evacuated. We're looking at around 40 residents that have 40 homes rather that have been evacuated, just to ensure the safety of the situation. Just going to move out of shot just to ask my colleague Mbudeni to give you a view of what we're seeing. We do have emergency services on the scene, firefighters, a number of fire trucks that are here as well. There's foam that's being used in order to try and contain. We've got around two situations, if I can bring in emergency services just to give us a breakdown of what we're seeing at this stage. I'm going to ask Eric Maloka to just come through to just give us a view as to why it is that we're seeing sporadic flames at this stage. Firefighters are trying to control the situation. Eric, if you could just give us a brief overview as to what's happening right now and how did we get here?
All right, early in the morning, about 7 o'clock, fire department from Alberton, without even being dispatched, they saw a very big smoke and they went out. They responded. On their arrival, they found that there was a very big fire and they started to evacuate the residents around the vicinity of this fire. Right now, what is happening, there are two pipelines that are running parallel. The one is for petrol and the other one is for jet fuel. The one that is affected is for jet fuel. As you can see now, the firefighters are fighting this fire using the so-called foam to suppress the fire. There is a primary source of fire where the fire started. That is where the people they are, and there are still some leaks. And because we are using foam that suppresses the fire, that is why now there are some gases that are running under, below the foam. That is why we've got the primary and the secondary fires, where the fire it just reignites, and those one we call them the primary fires. But the fire is under control as the social is on scene. They've isolated the lines. So the lines have been isolated, and as we have already alluded that the community around is being evacuated to the nearest community wall in Alberton.
How long will it take firefighters to essentially burn out the pipelines, or is this going to take some time? What's the timeline for the operation?
We are already about 5 hours, and it seems like we're still gonna take time. Why? We don't know how much Sosol is pumping out that jet fuel, but as we are saying, it's already been isolated. But remember, it is still flowing through the pipes until everything is burned, and the scene will be regarded safe once everything is burned out.
Burned out. All right. Thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you.
All right. Dimelo, that is the latest from the scene. I'm just going to ask my colleague Mbudeni to give you a view of the secondary fire to my left. As you can see, the flames are still burning. It does seem as though it's going to take emergency services some time in order to ensure that the area is safe for residents to come back into. But at this stage, as Eric said, that they do have the situation under control. The pipelines have been closed off. It's just a matter of seeing how long it takes to ensure that the flames are doused.
All right, Slindelo Masekane, thank you so much for that update live in Alberton. As you can see there, that a fuel pipeline which had caught fire in Alberton being diffused there by emergency services. At the stage, we don't know how long it will take. Might take a couple of more hours, but they do assure that the situation is under control.